name's Michelle Baharier. I'm an artist and I've been a CEO and I've run a charity for 25 years, which was an arts and mental health charity run by and for people with mental distress. And I'm here to tell you about 5 things I'd like you to think about when meeting people with disabilities. And the first one is especially around meeting people with mental health issues, because people with mental health issues are very often on extremely strong drugs, and the drugs cause a lot of side effects like dribbling, like having slurred speech, shaking. Some of the drugs induce Parkinson's disease, and I just think it's really important that people don't judge a book by its cover and really think about when you meet someone, if their body movements or things like this aren't what you expect, then either inquire or just take things a step at a time. You know, don't judge someone, don't think someone's drunk just because they've got the shakes or something, or they've got DTs. Then another thing I'd like you to think about, I'm dyslexic and I sound alright to you, but sometimes my speech can be a bit slurred. I can't pronounce certain words. It took me a long time to read the word eunuch. I didn't know what it was. I had to take it to other people. Google changes certain things about that. It can read you the word. And dyslexia can make people think that you're not intelligent. And you are intelligent, but dyslexia affects your reading and writing, and sometimes your pronunciation, sometimes the speed at which you talk. And so you can always ask me to slow down, and I will attempt to slow down, but sometimes I think really fast. And something else I'd like to say, which is being an artist is a really, really good job for me, because I have an injury in my spine as well. So as well as my mental health and my dyslexia, my injury in my spine, it means I can't sit or walk or do certain things for any length of time. So I have to keep moving and changing direction. And when you're an artist, you can work on the floor, you can work on a chair, you can work standing up, you can walk around the room. And that's really important, and I need that action. So that's something that I think is really important to think about for other people who don't know that. And then other things I'd like to say is, obviously, they don't judge a book by its cover. But also, people thinking about asking the person, i.e. me, what my needs might be. So actors and famous people get asked to write their requirements down before they do shows, so they get the right food and everything. And I think it's a really important thing. You can go to a disabled person and say to them, you're going to be working with us or doing X, Y and Z. Can you please let us know what it is you need from us to support you to do that work? And and it will be different things for different people. So for somebody who uses a wheelchair, it will mean step-free access, and it really means step-free access. I've had friends meet me at galleries, and I've contacted the gallery and said, are you wheelchair accessible? Oh yes, we're wheelchair accessible, and we show up and there's a step to get in. That is not step-free access. So really think about meaning it, what does somebody need, and ask them, and we can send through a list of requests. And like one of my requests would be that you read my email, you do the grammar and you do the spelling, and you might need to ask me actually how I mean that, and that's fine, because I know that I need to be translated to work. And something else that's really important is sometimes it's not very nice, because I have allergies, when you go into a room and all the food is laid out, and then there's a big sort of banner and it says allergies, and then it's got your name printed on your food. Sometimes that can feel a bit weird, because everybody can go and look at the allergy food and see your name printed on it. So sometimes thinking about how you do things in a subtle way to actually protect somebody's privacy. I might not want everyone to know I've got an allergy. I personally don't mind, and it's important you do know, because on my list of requirements, I might need to tell you that if I have an allergic reaction, please get the EpiPen out, you know, and there's lots of people in that situation. And on that note, what is something that keeps me going? Well, I think, and it's a strange thing to say because you can get varicose veins anyway, but I think if you do something you don't like, you get varicose veins. That's been my thinking about life. So I've run a charity, which was an arts and mental charity. I'm an artist, and I can't live without art in my life. And so that's a special, unique thing. But one thing that does really keep me going is working as an artist is quite an isolating thing. So it's really important to find mentors or other artists to talk to about work and to engage with, because, you know, sometimes you're stuck with an idea and it's complicated, and someone will walk in the room and go, well, why don't you just put a bit of yellow in there, or whatever. You know, they'll just give you a hint that will spark something else off. So that's my tip.